So today's video is going to be all in point of view because I'm not an octopus, and with this pinhole camera I've got to jostle around a few things. So I'm back down Port Meadow, and as you can see the horses are on the fields. I previously came down here with the Besser R and some Harmon Phoenix, and there was an image which I was trying to capture, which I quite liked, and I'm just wondering if I can get it with this Zero Image 2000 pinhole camera. Now I would take pictures of these horses, but they're going to move, and the thing is with pinhole camera you need long exposures. I mean, look at these guys. I should have brought my other camera with me. I've got nothing for you. Go away, horse. Okay? I've got nothing for you. That is not for eating. Some of these horses are a little bit cheeky. I mean, like this cat here. Look at him. Took my daughter down here at one point. It's probably this one here. Was eating her shoes. So yeah, gotta be a bit wary about these horses. It's nice though. It's nice. So let's go and have a look at that location I wanted to see. Let's see if I can get that image. Now we had floods here, and a lot of the floods receded unfortunately, so it looks like my big old plan is out the window. So I'm just looking to see what I could take an image of. Such a gorgeous sight to see. That's really nice. I'm not too sure what I'm going to be looking for now. Oh, I've got some ice down here. Let's check the light meter first. So I'm going to do F22. So it's telling me 1/8. So what you do on the back of this, you go to 1/8 F22, and it tells me that it's a 4-second exposure, but you want to do a bit of reciprocity failure, so it's something like 8 to 15 seconds. So this first shot was a little bit of a failure. There was a guy there on the meadow getting very distressed. He was caught between the ice and the horses. I directed him towards the dock so he could get up to dry land. So the horses are being quite still there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. So there you go. Now I messed up the first shot because of the guy walking in front, which is just fantastic. But never mind, sometimes this can happen. Stick this back over this because I don't want to let too much light leaks in, and hopefully that worked. So my second attempt isn't too bad. Could have been a bit closer, and there's some movement on horses, but it is what it is. So got image number 3. I want to get a bit of this ice down here, with a step with a no fishing sign and a bit of landscape in it, hopefully. This is what I'm on about, fumbly fumble. Let's check the light meter. Just for morbid curiosity, 256, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So the F value on this camera is F138, but you have to compensate for reciprocity failure. So if you use the 250 mark, it kind of compensates for that. It's a little tip I read about. Did a little bit of research. Hopefully it'll work, but we'll give it a go. So 30 seconds. Let's get everything clamped down so it's not moving. And there's a bit of a thing going through, so hold it steady. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. 29, 30. And there you go. And hopefully that worked. So again, I should have gone in a bit closer. I've yet to get used to using a pinhole camera. So I'll just get my peepers off. So this pinhole camera is called the Zero Image 2000. It's 6x6 format. I've never done pinhole before, so if my photos come out really bad, it's one of those things. But I might surprise myself. So like I was saying about the reciprocity failure, which I'm not going to get into because it's a little bit complicated. It's all about exposure really, because it hasn't got a lens, it's just a teeny tiny hole that's letting in a very small amount of light, so you have to use long exposures. So really this is the most back to basics you could get with photography. It's just a box, letting some light hit some film and creating an image with it. So my eyes are not as good as they used to be, so I have to put my glasses on to read the back of this here. Some other little modifications I've done. So I've highlighted the 138 so I can see it clearly. I've also highlighted the aperture of 250 here to compensate for reciprocity failure. You take your reading and just go straight to 250 rather than 138 to compensate. So hopefully that works. And the other thing I did, because you get this lanyard to do your framing with, so usually you should do something like that, but sometimes I just don't want to do that, so I just put some tape here. So this is where the pinhole would be, and this is where it would expose onto the film. Now when you're looking this way, you should keep the lines going. So arguably in this image I should get that post box or whatever it is, the sign box there, and I should get a bit of that there, as the lines should keep going. A lot of people measure pinhole photography by stretching their arms out so you can frame that way, but we'll see if it works. Let's see if it works first. Let's see if I can get used to it, because I would like to do some pinhole photography. It's something I've been interested in. I mean, it's the most basic form of photography with surprising results. This one's a bit precarious, this one. 30 seconds apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 29, 30, let's do a little bit more. 31, 32, 33, 34. Oh dear. I'm probably going to be repeating this a lot, but again, I should have gone in a bit closer. Got a little bit of a reflection there from the sun. It's okay. Going to do the pier down here, but I'm not too sure now. The other thing to point out about these old pinhole cameras is that they're very, very wide. This is like something around 24mm, but some people have said it's been more closer to 21. The other thing as well is you can get really, really close because everything should be in focus. Well, technically in focus. It's not going to be super sharp. Not as sharp as, you know, your great lenses or anything like that, because there's no lens on it. It's just a little hole. Quite like this with a tree. I might do this. So again, light meter. I'm just going to buy this with a 256 because it's basically the same. 12 seconds. About 12 seconds. So here goes nothing. 12 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just hold it gently. And that's another one done. Oh boy. You know what? This is actually kind of fun. I'm actually kind of enjoying this. It's very slow, it's a very slow process, but that's part of the enjoyment, I think. So yeah, quite like it. I'd like it even more if the images come out.
I think this composition would have been better if I didn't have that sign on the right hand side. But I quite like that shadow streak going across there.
So I've got this set up here. I've got some trees here, like a pathway of trees, with the ice jutting out to either side here. And there's a bridge right in the middle. And I've got it kind of low, so it's probably like this. Now I'm kind of hoping that the ice is going to jut out, and it's a 30-second exposure. So let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 22. My beard's grown. 23, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay.
So I had 2 attempts of this, and both times I'm not very happy with the composition. I should have been a bit more lower to the ground and facing upwards a bit, I think.
I'm getting a bit carried away. I keep wanting to take pictures. This is actually quite addictive. Just making the most of Port Meadow because during the warmer months it gets too busy here and you can't really take much pictures. But in the winter it's very quiet. It's out of season. Not so many students about. So you can just chill out. This is going to be my last experimental shot of the day, going up this bridge. Hopefully nobody's coming. I can hear talking. So look quick. 30 seconds. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Moved. 3, 4. Try and hold it steady now and close it. And there we go. And I'm done. I'm done for today. There's going to be a bit of movement on that, ever so slightly. But never mind. It's time for me to go home and get myself some nice soup. Been a lot of fun using this. So, still have a few shots left, but I'll leave that for the next day.
Surprisingly, though I moved the camera, it actually is sharp. It's not bad. Could have again gone a bit lower on the composition, but at least it's not blurred.
So not too far from my house I've got this massive tree all the way up. It's been here for years. I've even tried to climb it when I was a kid. And as you can see, the texture is really, really gnarly. So I'm going to give this a go. Apparently it's close to about 1.5 minutes of exposure. So I shall give that a go.
Unfortunately, I must have moved the camera, so you got a bit of motion blur. But I'm definitely going to do this image again because I really like the composition.
Just going to set up this, and it is kind of set up. And it's a 2-minute exposure. So let's see how that is.
That's nothing special. I'm really impressed with the sharpness from this pinhole camera. It's really, really impressively sharp.
So I kind of gave up looking around my house to see what to take an image of for the minute. And I've decided to just go down by the river and take a picture of something. Hello geese. Hello goose. And hello seagull. Yay! So this is what I want to do. I think I've taken a picture of this before with a different camera. But I want to see if we can try and do this whole section here. Let's get set up. 8 minutes. 8 minutes exposure. Wow. So I've got it lined up. Gonna get my stopwatch out. Here we go. Let's hold it steady. And start. So I've got to wait 8 minutes. Just leave it to do its thing. This is part of the fun of pinhole photography. Just waiting. Waiting and waiting. 2 minutes. Should have brought myself a drink. Sat here and sipped some coffee or something whilst waiting for this to do its thing. Where are we at now? So exciting. 3 minutes. No, I don't have a lot of hair on my head, but by the time this is finished, I might have to plait it. There you go. Get in there. There you go. And we're done. Hopefully, it's all exposed correctly.
I'm quite happy with this image. Could have been a little bit more central, maybe a little bit closer perhaps, but really happy with it. Lots and lots of detail there.
So I've got this log. So if I put it here, I might get a nice bit of texture going on. I'm going to check the light meter, see how long I've got to hang around for. So yeah, it's telling me 15 minutes with reciprocity failure. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. It's a little wobbly. It is very unstable. Well, I've moved, kind of goofed this one. I think it moved too much. I'm not going to do that. So that's the key thing you need for pinhole photography. You need a tripod and some stability. And here's a little bit too, it's a bit too wobbly for what I wanted to do. But what I will do is, I'm not going to wind the film on. I'm going to do some kind of double exposure. Anyway, I'm going to go and head off back home. So what am I doing? I am going to put the box camera, the pinhole camera here, on my bike. and then I'm going to ride down like that, pointing up. It's telling me it's going to be about 8 minutes exposure, which is fine. This is going to be some interesting experiment. I'll ride back down a little bit and then just do it, because this shot's basically wasted anyway. And here goes nothing. You have to excuse the wonky angle of the camera. And I'm going to close it. There you go.
So there's absolutely no trace of the previous exposure. And it's kind of a cool image. So yeah, not bad. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now.